I'm Mari Horita. I'm Japanese American and I'm with the Seattle Kraken.
I'm Katherine Cheng and I'm Chinese American and I'm with the Seattle Mariners.
I'm Maya Mendoza-Exstrom. I am Filipino American and I am with Seattle Sounders FC.
I head up diversity, equity, inclusion, and culture and recruiting.
Senior Vice President of Social Impact and Government Relations, and then Executive Director of One Roof Foundation, which is the affiliated 501c3 public charity that represents the philanthropic arm of both the team and the arena.
I came in as a lawyer. I'm now the Chief Operating Officer. So now it's all and everything of people and culture, our entire social impact enterprise, all of our philanthropy, all of our community engagement and government affairs. I grew up playing the game, and so being involved in it was never something off the table for me. It wasn't until I came into leadership inside Sounders FC and in the male version of the sport that I realized how rare it really was to see women in leadership, and certainly any people of color, and certainly any Asian people of color in any role of leadership, be it male or female.
Well, representation is really important, and growing up not seeing people that look like us in these positions, especially in sports, I think it's a really big deal, at least for me, to have been asked to take on this position. So I think that it's a big responsibility, but it's a real honor, and there's also such an opportunity for us to help open doors for more representation.
I'm a third-generation Japanese American, which means my grandparents came over from Japan, and my parents grew up in Seattle and Portland in the 1900s, which meant my mother's family was actually incarcerated in Minidoka for the duration of the war. So I didn't think too much about it. I mean, I'd been called names here and there since I was a little kid, in grade school and middle school, high school, college, somewhere someone calls you a name or asks you if you can speak English or compliments you on your English. I never felt proud of being Japanese American, and maybe I didn't know why. And then once you start to understand the history, then you feel a bunch of stuff. Yes, I am proud. I'm very proud to be Japanese American. I would say in the last, 25 years, I've embraced it in a way and understood it in a way that I really never had before.
So I grew up in a pretty white area in Bellevue. It's not so white now, but it was very white when I was growing up. And so I always veered towards the other kids of color because there were very few of us. We had a lot of this crossover connection. We would always come to the Chinatown International District on the weekends to do all of our grocery shopping. And we would have some crossover in some cultural things, but not fully engaged until I was in college. I went to the UW and all of a sudden my world opened up. I mean, it was just so many Asian kids that it was so great, and I found my people, I found the community.
I was always aware that I was Filipino American and have vivid memories of how much family was really around us. It's, I'd never met my grandfather. My grandmother was white. My grandfather was Filipino. It's funny, I grew up in South King County. We had a lot of friends we played soccer with that were Asian, that were indigenous. It's interesting how that's a piece of my memory from soccer at an early age as well.
We call each other frenemies, because as sports teams, we are inherently competitive as organizations, as people. We're all competing for fans. We all want to have fans. I think we like to think there are certainly enough fans for all the teams, and Seattle's a great sports city, so that's great. But I believe in what the work that we do, whether it's DE&I, social impact, we're not competing. I honestly, absolutely 100% believe that. In fact, I love it when other teams are out there leading because it pushes us. Certainly when we have opportunities to cross-promote, like on issues like voting, I love it.
The stakes are high. Get cracking.
There's just so many things, and like I said, I love it because I do not feel in any way that we are competing. We're just really helping each other and the cause.
And if we're also going to really make the impact we want, we have to do it together, because when you look at all these big issues, and there are big issues out there, you cannot make an impact just by yourself.
And it's powerful. And I'm just glad I have two friends and colleagues now sitting sort of co-chairing these conversations with me at a macro sports level, not only in our community, but nationally out of Seattle because of these two women sitting next to me.
So it's nice to have sisters to just sort of, commiserate with. And we get stuff done.
I think if we do this right and continue on this path and bring others with us, it really has to be all of our organizations going, okay, yeah, I get it. And I get that it's really changing the world and that we are putting Seattle and the sports teams here on the map.
This sports community fundamentally has the power to change how sports organizations operate. And it's actually through the strength of our collective leadership together that we get that platform. Seattle's gonna be a force to be reckoned with because we are doing it differently here. Make our community stronger and more equitable for everyone through sport, period, full stop.
There's something electrifying about these sports teams, right? Like when they're doing really well, the whole city comes together, the whole community, the region. So if you're going to expand this, you have to really reach out and make it okay for everybody to be a part of this.